But otherwise, most of this area is relatively open. If they capture this fob, I'll reveal a few more positions
Donnie, you
over
guys
here,
ready
but I
to
won't
move to
reveal them this
272
week. And there's a large
Right
resource field up there that they can capture.
Hi, T-72 is ready to move.
Yeah, from standby.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay, get Zeus out of the vehicle now. You can do it, Liru.
Standby. So the players, I'll give you a head count. We're around the 30 range, and Yanni, I think, just last minute sent me his multi-twitch, so I gotta get that link too.
We've been seeing stingers.
So let me add that in. Yep.
Forces though, so just act accordingly.
So give me 1 second here.
I'll take that as a yes.
We have Bad Wolf Ground, aka Ground Commands POV, and then 3 other POVs if you are interested in that multi-twitch.
Red flares on targets.
We have, it's about a 35-person operation, so a bigger portion of players compared to last week. But that last mission, they did a lot of good work taking this Blue 4 section. And I'm hoping with those extra players, they're going to be fielding 2 BMP-3s again and a T-55. Actually, no, it's a T-72, my bad. I think they'll be able to get a lot done this week and possibly conquer this entire section. So we'll see how they go. Yeah, if you have the RAM for it all, right? Processing all those videos at once. Ay. But, you know, pick a perspective or two, reorganize the URL for the multi. You do you. And if you want to read up more on what's going on, we always have the document links in the mission command. Basically, to go over the upgrades they got for this one, they upgraded a lot of their primary weapons, so they went 2 levels up in their machine guns, so now they've got PKMs and RPDs. They bought Iglas for infantry short-range AA defense. That was their engine of the tank cut. Now that was a little abrupt. I'm starting to get a headache. Shit. What else did they get? They got BRDMs and Gazes, and they bought a Gaz, and they also bought their MTV MI8 after it got towed and shot down last week because the guy auto-hovered and we watched AI fire a tow right into his face. Which was pretty funny. So no goats? Okay, well, I'll indulge. Why not? We'll go into our little namesake. Things that are going on today. We have this operation. We're going to last this up to about 2:45. Then by around 3:15, 3:30, we'll be playing the T3 op. That's going to be an interesting thing. I have no idea how they're going to, how the reception of that op's going to be, but I hope it's positive. It's, how would I put it? What if in 2022, with how all the current events are going right now, Russia was able to invade and annex Finland? I had a massive write-up in the historical background of why it was able to be done, trying to give a semi-realistic reason for it, and now U.S. Special Forces are going to try to help jumpstart a resistance movement that has been crippled to hell, and maybe they'll be able to free Finland from the Russians. Yeah, I put all the... I think I put everything in the briefing SQF file in the T3 chat, and I left it all encoded because, again, did not sleep last night. Spent a lot of time writing that out. We also have a custom system in that mission where if they survive, because it's going to be a 1 life per operation style thing, if they survive and come back to the staging point, I'll copy and paste them as AI. And then I can just arsenal those AI, export their loadouts via ACE, and then I can put that on a slot in the mission file for next week, and then label it, and then that's their, you know, saved character. And that's going to be a little more, that's going to be better for me, because I'll be able to police it. Because last few times I've tried to do it.
Fix today, and we will have to just deal with it.
No.
It says, hi, what's up?
Tank has the wrong ammo loadout. We have the wrong shells. We had no ammo for the cannon from the start. After reloading, we got the wrong shells. We have 3 BM-32s instead of 42s.
Work with it for now. Again, that's something I can't fix. My apologies.
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure you know.
That's weird because that's copied off
All
of
right.
the one that
From
has
sound
the
of it,
proper
then all
loadout,
elements
so I
are
don't
ready
know
to move out.
why.
Reminder, convoy order is BMP.
He's talking about for RHS
UMP.
Vix, you can put custom loadouts, and they do have custom weapon loadouts for the ammo, but he's saying that it's not set properly for the mission, so I have to now look into why that's going on. Weird. But yeah, basically, I'm gonna do what Sniper. I've taken a few pages from everywhere for that tier 3 op. Some pages out of BIA, and I'm doing like trigger work, task work. I can't get my triggers to work right now though, because I can't even figure out why everything's set properly. Everything, I don't know. I finally gave up this morning, but I've blacked out big portions of the map. I've kind of set it to be, you know, a pseudo open world, but there is a clear way of how you should do it. That'll make it easier. And the real fun with it, though, was balancing the original 2 weapons I'm going to give the players, M16A1s, with the shittiest ammo I can find against Finnish and Russian body armor. I'm basically going to tell them aim for the head. Like, even though I, like, halved the AI critical damage value, usually we keep it at 1.5, I put it to 0.75.
Tank, this is First Sergeant.
They can one-tap them in the face, but if they aim for
You
the
guys
chest, they
doing
can take
okay?
anywhere from, like, 4 to 7 shots.
Yeah, we're fine.
Or about 4 to 5
Okay,
in
just
the
want to
limbs,
make sure
so
y'all have like NVGs and
aim for
things
the
like
face.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, because you're driving like you don't, so I just thought I'd check in.
Okay.
I don't think the driver gets NVGs, but yeah. He's using third-person NVGs.
We also have the MI-24 on station today. That's going to be good. And Malin up in the Catbird.
Just so you know, I have
I don't
no
think
Zoom
Cap
with
is really
thermals
going to
on the
be
gun, so
needed.
it'll be quite yikes.
Was the driver driving from
Maybe
first
next
person
week
initially?
I'll invest in some jet stuff.
Just curious.
I don't know. I wasn't watching.
Okay.
But yeah, their NVGs kind of suck
Self-expression,
because
right
they have
side
the
of
single
road,
monocle
left
op4 ones, so
Bravo's left.
not much they can do with that.
Charlie's going to be following Alpha.
So their goal today is they're going to hit this resource
Charlie,
field, then this
are you guys just gonna leave
fob,
the
then
big
that
mounted
fob,
vehicle
and
with
then I'll
the
give them
GMG?
intel on this fob and that resource depot. And I'll be garrisoning them as things go on.
ready, no worries.
Just so you know, First Sergeant, the driver is drunk. There's your explanation. We're a Finnish tank.
Yes, a Finnish tank. My apologies.
What?
We are set for entertainment.
Ever had one of the T3s are drunk on your TSB bingo sheets? Please mark that accordingly.
Already done.
No, not yet. It's a tier 2. Driver is drunk, not the commander yet.
Why are you saying yet?
Alpha Bravo
You let the
Charlie,
tier 2
reminder,
drive.
make sure I get contact reports. I'm about 100 meters back of you guys. Nothing yet. We're entering the
So-
now.
We have an underground game in TSB called TSB Bingo.
Bravo BME copy.
I don't have a link of the sheet on me, but
BMP's reminder, you're
it's basically
supporting air
every
infantry,
time
so make sure
something
you're working with them.
stupid has happened repeatedly in this community,
Oh,
we've made it
you
into a
keep
bingo block that you can blot out for your bingo
Charlie's starting
card
to
per
move into
op.
town now.
And if you get bingo, we're working on a prize. Because people get bingo way too goddamn easily.
Interrogative. Is it
Speak.
counted as a like commanding position if you're a tank commander and you're drunk?
The clue's in the name.
I had to double check because I'm kind of feeling like drinking a bit.
Guys, I'm too tired for this. Please just enjoy the op and try not to kill each other. Thank you.
There's already been a friendly fire incident. That doesn't matter.
PvP, let's do it.
There's already been a friendly fire incident. It won't matter.
What friendly fire?
Was that a friendly fire?
Your asses up.
I thought the bullet ricocheted and hit him with the... I still don't know how he did that.
It ricocheted off the ground. Technically, it wasn't a friendly fire incident.
But it was with an anti-tank rifle. How do you do that?
Ground Command, this is Platoon Medic. Do I have permission to leave idiots on the floor if they shoot each other or themselves?
Yes, you do.
Ground concurs with that statement. Okay, guys, I know we haven't had contact yet, but let's get this a little serious.
Alpha is
All right,
receiving
lock it
intersection,
up.
all clear up until here. Moving southwest.
Copy. We're close enough to the resource
Ground, this
field
is high.
that send it high.
Roger. You want Sirius, so someone might call it in.
No, I'm not even gonna bother.
Damn it, I hope
Ground, there are suspicious four-legged mammals that shit everywhere all over the road.
Hey, firm, execution order is authorized on those mammals.
Do we need APS shells for them?
Did you just kill the love of Liru's life?
No.
I thought we only killed goats, not sheep.
Be advised, Charlie's reached the T intersection. We're starting to head southwest as well now.
Copy, Charlie.
Ground, is tank support needed for those goats?
Ground forces, be advised, if it's sheep, we need to save those because Azariah has a nice date with them later.
This is high. New intel reported the UF have spent 50 RPs to make all goats invulnerable for the rest of the campaign. Thank you.
Aww. Sounds like a making them use their
Challenge.
resources wisely.
It sounds like a challenge to me.
Gene editing bullshit.
You know, Liru, we always find a way to kill invincible shit.
Fuck you.
Talk about TSB comms being a clusterfuck.
It's only a clusterfuck if you actually have contact.
I sense it.
Stay away from my goats! You little
Anyway,
shit!
let's stay on task, guys. Let's get this done. I want to get
The players
all the
will
search
find a
objectives
way.
done today.
Interrogative, does any squads have mine detectors on them right now?
The BMP does, if that counts.
Yeah, mine is beeping every now and then.
Well, that probably should be something that's said.
Who's
Yeah,
calling
so-
out that theirs is beeping?
My mine detector is beeping. This is T-72.
Who is my? Who is mine?
Fin tank, armor, tank,
Okay,
T-32.
so be advised, there is an anti-theft device that is attached to the back of the command gas, as has always been whenever I play these ops, because of a certain incident.
Alpha, tell your AT guy to find you.
Copy that, Gaz. Or UAZ.
No, you can still join in late. I can
You
just
really
tell
made me think out
Ground to get you some recon. I can have them fly people, and I do run a daycare. You know, I should be more excited because we dropped Golden Rule 1 today, this morning, and I'm about a third of the way done writing the next script for Golden Rule 2. And I'm going to start shooting that in
First sergeant's handling
Sony Vegas because I need to stop using Windows Movie Maker. There's so many things I've been starting to work on now that I finished the second to last semester because that had my last weed out class, so now I have a lot more time on my hands. Because life for the past 3 semesters has been hell for every weed out class I've had to do back to back to
Copy.
back.
Sit rep all squads.
No, no,
so far?
Zeusing is, some people
Charlie,
think
turn
it's
them over to
noble,
the
like Dungeons
town.
and
We'll just
Dragons
be listening.
DMing, and then the realists understand, like DMing and D&D, it's
Alpha,
just
I've
running a
got your
daycare.
goober.
Yeah, we're holding at the buildings.
Bravo's gonna watch east, northeast.
Bravo BMP, are you gonna go
I just
down
want to join these
squad
ops,
on the main-
do exclamation point
Command Victor's
Discord,
got a
and
second
that'll
rock.
give you all the information.
Command Vic just lost 2 wheels.
You know, I was just saying, you know, we run a daycare when we Zeus, but, you know, these guys, they work hard and then you break the fucking car.
As I was saying, Bravo, BMP, are you going to go down with your squad and clear the resource field? Alpha's going to advance on the right side of the road and hopefully use some of the terrain to cover.
If I'm a player named Big Boss, I probably have a big brain, right? So a big brain move, instead of driving down the clear road, is to drive into the rock off the road. Right?
Roger.
Right. I'm just
Charlie's going to be following in behind on the road.
big brain. Big brain. It's my time acceleration off. Let me, put that puppy on. I need to write a trigger for that. Just when they
Bravo
leave,
BMP
it'll
is-
resume.
Or Alpha BMP has clear eyes on the resource field.
Copy, Alpha BMP. Start marking anything
So,
you see
anyway.
with your optics.
This is the resource field they lost last
Copy.
week.
Currently
I
I
have
have,
a
eyes on the
M2
vehicle.
Humvee in here. I got a transport Humvee. I got a squad garrisoned on the post. I have a Bradley up here with a command camera, but the AI don't really make use of it. And I got another squad patrolling over here. I also have more goats back here because I'm a jerk, and
Can you confirm that you just said you have eyes on negative contacts?
what?
Yes, I can't see anything there. Kappa.
Okay. Fucking tactical, motherfucker.
I think that needs to be a shot now in the bingo.
Jeez, the amount of chit chat on 50 is getting a bit ridiculous.
Bravo's got eyes on 2 times, fire teams on 2 of the oil rigs.
Tank, if you want to go around us, we're just going to sit here and watch unless you want to trade.
We're fine here.
Okay, we'll go out with our squad.
Fine, we're moving.
Send in goat team 6. Pain healer, can you heal the...
goats to be northwest.
I don't even know. Thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a kick out of this silly thing. So they're coming up on the road,
Bravo,
which,
Alpha Charlie, go ahead, start working together on your
ironically, I don't
assault
have
plan
this
and
guy
take us that
overwatching.
field.
I'm overwatching over here in case there was a southern approach.
Copy that, Bravo's to the south side of the field.
Yeah, -1 enemy combatants, right? Just,
Alpha's on the
I'm gonna now
northeast side,
switch
it's
gears
on
here, turn into
Blue
commentary, Liru.
Charlie's also
These guys are gonna probably radio
behind
in that
Eyes on
bad
contact.
people are coming. So let's go ahead and start
Just tank to
simulating.
clear to engage.
Squads, are you in a position to start your firefight, or do you want to get closer?
Alpha's nowhere close.
Contacts taken, forces act accordingly.
Humvee taking away. Tanks engaging.
So we just saw AT get launched.
Around the field, guys. Bravo got contact southwest side of the resource field.
And they just blew the wheels out of this Humvee because Humvees
Copy,
in this
Bravo.
game are a little tanky. But otherwise, we have
Humvee dismounted.
pretty good formation here by the player base. We've got 2
BMP,
squads on the
Bradley
right, one on the
hill,
left.
West of the resource field.
Bradley coming down, they called that out.
Follow tracers.
They're shooting some tracers up there to light them up. Tank round goes in, that goes in, and that gets destroyed. Good call there. See the tank firing again. And these infantry are getting
RPG came from
mowed
your right,
down.
tank.
These guys are set to defend only. I'm going to quickly try to fix that, because I
Yeah,
want these
I
guys
saw-
to engage
I
with the
saw that.
BMP is
Set that into
cutting
Sparkle instead
them
of
down
50, but yeah,
accordingly.
tank is down, or the Bradley's down. We got hit by, or not hit, but fired upon from the right side by
So I'm going to start taking some of these squads and having them come around to flank. These guys aren't able to see the contacts, even though they've got NVGs, so that's just the AI being AI at this point.
Am I allowed to use my spotlight accordingly when my night vision
And
doesn't
we're going to
use,
start throwing flares
pinpoint
up.
optics?
Yeah, if you need to use your light, turn it on. Just try not to shadow any infantry.
Yeah, okay. Great minds think alike.
Silhouette.
Alright,
Yep.
so I'm thinking I'm also going to send up a striker, even though they suck when the AI use them to,
So
Alpha Bravo Charlie, was that
Come
our
down
player?
here. It's not going to do much against like 2 BMP3s and a freaking
We have
T-72.
NVGs that work well. Why are we using flares?
You know, I said that same thing to my squad.
Keep
So
in
I'm
mind,
using flares to kind of
could be
help.
more likely in this situation to be used as marking devices for us to call in CAS. I don't want any confusion resulting in casualties.
Otherwise, squad on the right is
I'm
moving
aware.
up. It looks like that's 2 squads together, and then the left squad's moving up with their BMD over here.
This is Alpha. Resource field looks relatively clear.
Interesting call right there, but otherwise, I'm going to keep these guys in reserve. I'm also going to have to write up the intel when they get close to this position. I'm thinking we'll throw the table down for that intel in this position. Let's just hope it doesn't Arma itself. That's good. Striker now coming in. Ground command's losing connection.
We're
That is
losing
not a
ground.
good call. So someone's
Hey,
going to have to
firm.
step up.
The first sergeant is picking up where
First
ground
sergeant
left
stepping
off.
up. Nice. Nim being
Bravo
engaged
Charlie,
from
go
the
ahead
left.
and let me know your status. I'm hearing
Can't
a
seem
lot
to
of
land a
Alpha now
hit.
while you guys.
And there it is.
South side of the resource
Had to
field now,
keyhole him
pushing
a
in
little
north.
bit.
Copy, Charlie.
Now we got this force also
behind
coming
Alpha,
around. Striker
pretty much.
coming as
All right,
well.
Hey, firm.
A little station would help, Charlie.
And
Roger,
I'm
landmine.
going to be a little mean. I'm also going to
Tank, if you want to cover our flank, I think the infantries and the BMPs can deal with this.
send over
Bravo,
some
to
additional
appropriate advise, enemy
stuff.
So you want us
north,
looking
top north.
northeast or north? Where?
Strike, Alpha has contact northwest, close.
Still got 7 of these puppies that I bought last week,
Was
so
that
I'm going to
contact
call that
southwest?
in. They actually engaged
Northwest.
from a very long range, so it'll be
Northwest
interesting to
up the
see
hill.
how they go. We also have the squad now atop the hill, but it's in the open with no cover. AI are going to get chewed up pretty easily there.
Alpha's putting up a red flare.
And I'm going to
Enemy
get
vehicle coming
some
over the hill.
spawns down as well. Striker
Tank,
coming
position
over that
yourself.
hill.
BMPs, move to support your troops in the field.
And yeah, she's going to get engaged almost immediately.
Enemy striker bring 281 from Alpha BMP position.
And yeah, the commander got out
Yep,
because
vehicle dismounted. Troops are
commander
still
is
up on it.
trash.
Strikers
Strikers just do not work when you
BMP,
have
go
the
ahead,
AI use them
cook
for
it off.
whatever reason.
Copy, Whitman.
South Alpha seems like infantry has been neutralized.
Heard something in the air. Thought that was their jet, but no, he is still staying on station back there. Little Bird could start engaging at any moment. No, she's not. She's set to hold fire. That's interesting.
Don't let it get back over that ridge.
Trying to give it a seek and destroy marker.
Took a tank shell and it survived.
Resilient motherfucker. All right.
I say he earned that one.
Bad Wolf is coming back. Little Bird
Alpha BMP Chief Sergeant, I am one man effective in my crew.
coming around. We're gonna
Working
drop
with
some
effectively.
flares on him. I'm just being
All
quick
right,
because
Alpha,
again,
can
this is
you
what these
detach
squads
somebody
should
to
be
help
doing.
them out? Until we get a driver back for him, or
Negative. Enemy
Copy.
can be in fixed.
Little Bird's going to be hurt. I'm waiting to see
Little
who's gonna
Bird.
pull out that
Northwest.
Igla.
Enemy Little Bird, north, moving west.
Be advised, Charlie's engaging enemy infantry to northwest from the hill.
But an Igla is going to easily be able to take that thing down.
It's got pylons on it. It's coming back around. I'm getting out to engage
Copy.
with the stinger.
ground got it.
Waiting to hear that lock. Meanwhile, these squads pushing up. Duncan just got flanked hard.
Got it, homebrew, I got a lock.
Still okay though, because the Igla on his back is actually tanking a lot of the
Going down.
shots there, but he finally gets flanked on the right and hit right there. Little Bird hits. I'll give him that. Cook-off rocket flies away, hitting the far hill, far ridge back there.
Good kills, good kills.
And let's see, Tree and Big Duncan. A lot of these guys going down. They're not realizing they're getting flanked on their right. Now they're starting to see it, but it might be too late. Hadev firing a shot. It's way late. He needs to call this in and say there's an emergency right now because his squad is getting screwed from the flank. Because we have this squad right here that could come and assist, but
Copy.
because he's not communicating
Bravo,
that
can you
as an
adjust to
emergency,
support Alpha?
his squad's going to get screwed. Dwarf Nation now hugging this rock as his squad is pretty much engaged. The vehicles are down here. No one knows about this because the guy with the radio is not talking about it. Hadav, this is High. Check in on net, over.
This is acting ground.
I'm asking for Hadav. Over.
Yep.
So you're on net?
Yes, I am.
So when your squad's mass cat, you should probably call for backup, right?
True, but I didn't realize that until right now.
All right.
Why do I even
is
bother
the squad
helping
that
them?
is mass-cast, and where are you?
Charlie.
Yeah, just silence, like, okay,
Hey,
bring it
Charlie.
up, you
Thank you,
freak.
Charlie.
He's still alive too, he's just crawling away. It's like, guys,
Bravo, could you move to Charlie's position?
his entire squad is
I can
down.
mark out a map or some medics too.
Like,
Thank you.
I'm not saying this to trick you, I'm saying this to try to help you, like, frickety frack, guys. Jeez. I'm trying. Alright, you know, I'm just gonna let him fail. Stop being nice. When I'm sleep deprived, I try to be nicer to him, but you know, there's only so much I can help them with.
This is Charlie.
What's your position?
You know what I mean?
I'm next to some rocks, but I don't know. I think the rest of my squad is completely dead.
Alright, let's see.
That doesn't really help.
I know.
12184. 012184.
This is Alpha. We're still up on the hill engaging contacts.
So 012184. New enemy fobs.
Mark is updated for Alpha.
One, pick up United Federation Intel. And that will go up here, because every fob they go
Is
to,
that
I have a
friendly
new
or
thing
an-
of
Oh,
intel
never
for
mind.
them.
It's a friendly squad because I see BTRSs.
So, how have they cleaned this up? We're having some KIAs.
Who's
That's
in contact
unfortunate.
right now?
His entire squad's dead, because he didn't call it up.
Charlie on the northwest ridge.
Ground, this is High. How copy?
Send.
Just letting you know you're going to have reinserts. Over.
Copy.
Like, I feel bad for his squad, because if he literally... There was a squad... They're still here. They were sitting here because... Let me get an accurate measurement in meters. 100 meters away. Not, like, just 100 meters away.
Alpha Bravo, give me status reports. I know Charlie's mass gas.
Do we even know where Charlie was?
Northwestern Hill.
Like, I get, you know, people stepping up and stuff, but he still hasn't said anything. Like, you need to speak on the radio, you know? Like, at least.
Ground forces, is that our Slayer again?
Yes, I've already yelled at him.
I'm gonna rob the
Hey,
friendlies.
If it's the
Like,
same
what?
person repeatedly doing it, let me know.
I don't know, it just bugs me, because I have a big pet peeve of when I play in other communities and stuff, and I find an SL that does not know what he's doing. When he goes
Who's
down,
the
I'll
squad
step up.
silhouetting like motherfuckers on
But
the hill
I've
right now?
been told some really dumb
Bravo, what do you
orders
see over
in the
there?
past, and this is why I'm also wary to play in other communities,
It's
because
Bravo. I'm just curious what's going on over
it
there.
annoys me.
Bravo's good from the northeast
And-
still. With Alpha.
You know,
The one that's next to the
everyone
road,
else in
northwest,
Hadev's squad
up on the
died
hill.
except for him, because he didn't call anything in. So, you know, I feel
Hey,
bad
Bro,
for
that's
those
actually
players,
Alpha.
because it's
Falcon,
like,
are you also skylining
if
over
Hadev
there?
literally mentioned, hey,
no,
we're
I'm
under
the
attack,
PMP
that
on the
squad
main road,
100 meters
I'm
away
at
could have
fast
immediately
down,
run up,
it's
shot
a-
everyone, and then they could have gotten medic. They could have pulled up a BMP3 and assisted.
I see both BMPs. One of them is
So it's...
The one on the east
I
side.
just, when I see that,
You might want to fuck off from the
Annoys me.
skylining, BMP.
You know?
Hey, fair, I'm just doing minor recon.
Let the infantry do that. You're much more valuable than the infantry.
There's only so much you as a
Sounds
Zeus or
ground.
mission maker can do. You cannot
Bravo,
control
just keep in mind when
what
you're
the players
pushing
do
hills like that
specifically.
to
So if
get
they make the
eyes,
wrong call,
you only want a couple guys prone doing it. You don't want guys
still gonna
skylining
feel
like we
bad
just
about
saw.
Copy that, I didn't realise they were up there. Most of my squad's to the northeast.
So I got one
Back
guy
to Alpha.
routing, which is
Whichever
nice.
squad it was, just keep that in mind.
I mean, these guys kind of
At this point,
searching
I
garrison this
think
building.
it's safe to say that just all squads don't skyline.
Can we please stop beating the dead horse?
And they shot all my goats. Because of course they did. Why wouldn't they? My poor goats. Alright, so what do I want to send? I'll send a pair of the older Bradleys, because I gotta get rid of them anyway. And by now we would know that they're, why did I get you guys out if I was... My brain is thinking in a completely different thought process today. Also...
Yanni, is that your light I see, or is that something else? Never mind.
I have no lights on.
Put that there as one of the R&R Vics they can
Lighthouse,
steal.
don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's lighthouse.
Yeah, it's a lighthouse if you mean that. What is flashing here? Yeah, that's a lighthouse.
I'm gonna ready 2 of the older Bradleys, because I still got a handful of these. I upgraded them for the UF forces. So I've only got, I think, 8 left, but I want to get rid of them.
Right, do you want me to be on the hind, or...
Charlie, you back on
They
that
called
yet?
out that lighthouse 4 times. I wasn't
Yeah,
even counting. Jeez.
Yeah. How many reinserts are we
At the
waiting
end of the
for?
day, it's as long as they're having
rest of
fun,
squad
it's a-okay,
disconnected.
but... Yeah, I'm not surprised the rest of the squad disconnected.
Okay. Okay.
So please remind me, guys, to talk
this
about
is
that
First
incident in debrief if I forget, because I do forget a lot. But that needs to be talked about. And if you don't have the counter argument is, well, I didn't know my squad was down. Well, that's your job. You know, put yourself in a position where you can monitor your squad. You know, track them on. Hold on. My brain's computing power is limited. So I gotta just do one little thing at a time right now. But, you know, you need to put yourself in a position where you can see your
Ground.
squad. And if you can't
Benhammer?
do that, then you're in a bad position. You know, track them on ShackTac or DUI, or track them on CTAB, or just put yourself behind them all so you can watch them.
Ground, Benhammer.
Because if you go
Send it.
down,
Are we doing anything to the town?
someone
of
has to,
Iskra, or whatever
even if
that
they
is?
even are trained to step up, someone has to try to step up, and that can
Bravo,
take them a
can you
second, and that second they
Push
could
that
get shot
down
too.
and verify there is no garrison force there. I'm not expecting one, but I just want to secure that flank. We're going to push past it.
Food for
Yeah, we can do
thought.
that.
Yeah, we were in the mid-30s, now we're in the low 30s, but it's also because people are crashing and stuff.
Charlie, counting your reinserts, what's your total combat strength now?
Currently, it's 4 people.
Affirm.
Because otherwise,
Ground
you know,
itself,
players aren't going to want to play, and then everything
Send it,
falls
Alpha.
apart.
Alpha's going to follow blue line on map
Which is
and assault
unfortunate.
the town through the next valley.
No,
over.
we're not
We
gonna
don't
get
wanna take
revenge for the
road valley.
goats.
I suspect
The
they'll
meme
have
is
an
dead.
ambush aimed at that.
The goats, yeah, I put the other
I
goat group as
concur.
invincible. It was just a
Take
joke.
Charlie with you. Bravo, once you've confirmed Isra is clear, move to support Alpha Charlie as you see fit.
Bravo copies.
So I'm trying
Charlie,
to
did you
think.
copy my last about supporting Alpha?
Charlie copies. Be advised, I'm currently 1 man strong.
Hey, firm. Like I said, we're waiting for the
That was just
24.
him on the
Should almost be here.
radio!
Copy that.
Alpha stepping off now.
Hey, firm Alpha Bravo, go ahead, step off for Isdra, just so they're not totally alone. Make sure you're taking your BMPs with you, both squads.
Copy that. Bravo's already in Israel. BMP's behind us.
A firm.
Alright, so we're seeing the 24 now coming into play. Don't know what she's doing. Possibly bringing reinserts, actually, from where I'm seeing things tied. And yeah, I see a line 2 Hadab, so that's his squad coming back. But that 24 could be a very good unit to have when things shit the bed eventually.
Squads, remember we have a high.
Especially with its AGMs.
Runs for anything.
Yep, there's Bad Wolf right there, ground command
target.
calling it out. No, players kill the goats because of all the memes around the channel about said goats.
No squad has had eyes on the resource site yet, right?
We just took the resource field. We're pushing on a fob now.
Well, the objective 2.
That's a negative. Most likely not.
Yeah, I recommend the hind comes in really low then. From the south.
They're staying far enough back that as long as they're staying below the ridge, they should be fine.
Yep.
Let's see, as I consider, you know, these things in the mission of...
Charlie, where's your current
Since
position?
the Bradleys only fit 6.
Charlie's current position is on the hill, just before the road before into the next compound.
A firm.
Bravo's ground.
Alright, so, looking at how the player base has organized here, we got one squad going in
Bravo.
as a scouting
Sounds clear.
element.
We're gonna start pushing northeast towards
Normally you don't want to send a squad in on their own.
Check with Alpha, see where they're currently at on their line, and work.
Having a few
to
people
support their
having
left
some
flank.
connectivity issues today. It's
Copy
fair.
that.
It
Alpha, you're up
happens.
to mark the position.
But we got one squad
Charlie,
going in, another
first
squad
sergeant.
hugging over here. We still got those 2
Charlie.
BMP3s in the back, that
I have your
T-72V somewhere back there.
your
It's a
3
BB
goobers.
model, I believe.
We're reinserting now.
And
Copy
they're
that.
getting some
Think you
additional
can drop them
reinserts
off
to
at,
come in
Cardi Club,
as well.
marked on map.
Normally you'd want this squad to wait here, however
Alpha,
they are
did you
using
copy?
Defilade
Bravo's request
and the
to update your
Knight to
position.
their advantage because NVGs on both sides are shitty, so I can understand
This is
that.
Bravo BMP, eyes on 1 squad.
Neutron's moving up on his own. He's attached to,
For Alpha.
I believe,
we've
the
got
ground
eyes
command
on
team, so
the
he's just the
Sounders
eyes for
garrison.
ground right now.
How we're figuring out our approach now.
There's just one
A firm.
thing
Bravo,
here that's
go ahead.
garrison. It's just
Start
meant to be kind of
cautiously
a
pushing down the main draw.
observation post.
Copy that. We're moving now.
Bad Wolf, so far for his formations for all the players, have been pretty well made. He's been keeping the infantries to screen the vehicles, which has been allowing the vehicles to stay alive, as well as kill all the AT troopers first, because we did see in the first fight, some of the AT fired to the vehicles, but then those guys were quickly eliminated. So what's going to be curious here is we have the ridge that some of the vehicles are getting on, and then we also have this ridge over here where another BMP3 is,
Charlie, are
and
you
they'll
working with
eventually
your
get
stragglers
eyes
to
on
get them
that
cut up
fob.
so you can support Alpha's right flank?
So as soon as contact begins, I'm going to send those Bradleys, I'm going to
They
send
seem
the
to be on
tank
their way.
down. But I don't have any air
Alpha's
support to
inside the
really
town
relay
now.
here.
Once we make first contact, Alpha BMP will get a squad on top of the hill outside the
I
town.
do have some
Good
Cobras,
copy.
but I don't want
Bravo,
to send them
where
just
you're-
yet.
Update your location and go ahead and start pushing as quickly as possible.
And also have some infantry squads come down.
Bravo Bravo.
Those should be
They're on the
easy
edge of the town
pickings for
now.
those BMP3s.
Be advised, Finhammer does not see any contacts inside the town.
Copy. Finhammer, can you look north? Do you see any skylining targets direct north on that hill anywhere?
Not from the angle I have right now.
Copy. Alpha said there were guys up there. That
So I was using the numpad control
find it.
menu to see that.
Alpha's in contact. BMP, engage targets.
Charlie, your guys are just mounted, should be heading towards you.
So I'm having these guys ungarrisoned to go and engage. AT trying to get out to engage the BMP. It is unsuccessful. Yeah, these guys are going to quickly get out of their building because the BMP could just level it. So, contact has begun.
Got eyes on you.
I am going to send the tank up close because the AI cannot do ranged engagements.
About?
Copy. Copy that.
I got no targets on the ridge.
I think it's a bit further down from the top of the ridge, and on there, if you follow the tracer fire, you
These
should
guys
see
I'm
where
going to
they're at.
select.
Alpha's putting out red flare on potential enemies, maybe? Hopefully.
Understood.
We're putting some general flares over there to see if we can get some eyes on. Might also throw in some tow vehicles here and there if it's absolutely needed.
Alpha, is that flare accurate?
I'm just thinking because I don't want them to go in the town itself.
They're in
Gonna throw them around like that.
But I see no targets around the flare. I'm still scanning.
So let's see, we have Nimia down in the open right here. She looks like she's on her own. Neutron's being worked on by
Yanni,
a medic.
I'm gonna send a stream of tracers in that direction.
Go ahead, Humber, I'm watching. Right there, how's it going?
Roughly that area. Unknown contact, that's just where I saw the tracers at.
Yeah, I see.
Gonna ungarrison
then
this guy. Try to have him engage that.
Yeah, either one.
I make sure its cargo of this Vic is empty.
Anywhere
Good.
on the hill so far.
Bravo to ground.
Send Bravo.
I'm trying to send this tank around.
The fob has one-time stroke and one-time take.
So we still have these guys engaging units over here. Looks like Nim and Abraham went down. So Abraham trying to shoot instead of save Nim. And now it looks like one of the vehicles has proper eyes on. So the only choice I have is to charge the tank. Normally you don't want to do that, but again, the AI do not really engage from range.
Finhammer has eyes on 2 targets coming down from a ridge, engaged.
So these guys are taking the safe options here.
This is Bravo Striker, the bot is not active. Should we try to capture it?
They're about to get one heck of a spook.
Play loose with it. We're in danger of losing our momentum. Just kill it.
X60, southeast of the town on the hill. To your right, Hammer.
What was that?
What was that? Ooh, someone just got knocked out. Yanni just got knocked out for that one.
Roger that. Solid copy.
Oh.
Enemy tank, danger close to BMP's position.
Copy that.
Where's your position, Falcon?
South of the town, on the hill.
Yeah, that knocked their gunner out. It's a nasty side shot.
Ben, you got it?
Finn's leader's down.
Yeah, I think they just killed Finn. He's down the hill from us. If I can get an angle, I can get in the room. We actually might explode here.
medic.
So yeah, armor on their flank. There goes the BMP. Because there's no one overwatching this vector, so I was able to drive him right in.
BMP exploded.
Now we're cleaning up the Vics. Meanwhile, these guys... What the frickety frack are you idiots doing? Why are you going in the water? To...
Reference burning
The Arma AI are super intelligent.
Disabled, up, down.
Roger, what's the left? That would be BMP-1. Do you need medical?
So one of the BMPs are cooking off, the other one's exploded.
Alpha, you got troops on your position immediately.
Trying to have these AI turn around because they're being silly.
Bravo, do you take fucking Striker?
So I got the new intel.
Tank needs medic.
The tank is right there. Falcon trying to get out and use an AA missile on it. Not the smartest thing in the world.
This has been hammered to all of you.
We try to tell guys not to do that because it doesn't do that much damage to any form of armor.
Yep.
Got him off guard. So I got these infantry now. I'm going to have them cross in this position.
If you can get your wounded back towards the MSR, platoon medic en route.
Yeah, so he's not shooting at the tank because the tank's set as purple. But he's still lining up on Falcon. So meanwhile, these chuckleheads don't want to get back on the damn shore. This guy I'm going to have pull back.
Negative. The M60 is still up.
And yeah, that BMP is just going to be able to shred that squad. So really good AI work here. Really crappy AI work there.
Be advised, target engaging.
I have no idea what the Mi-24 just engaged. Oh, they're engaging up here. A miss from that airstrike. And you just...
M60 fucked up.
Vic crew, if you need medic, I need your location.
Guys, just... Okay. Okay, yep.
Alpha,
And the
Bravo,
player base is
Charlie,
thankfully saved by General Short Bus. Can I promote you? Colonel Short Bus. The commander of that vehicle. Just absolutely...
Bravo's secured for 4% with an remnants of the squad to the northwest.
Guys, Arma is a perfectly balanced game with absolutely zero bugs. Okay, they're just all features. Alright, you gotta believe in Todd Howard.
The tank is decrewed.
Confirmed decrew M60.
Alright, so I'm gonna delete this guy because he's gonna route.
Crew moving southwest.
Very, very good AI work there.
Alpha, if you can kill that crew, do it.
Just let them run away, okay? They were working for you since they decided to flip their vehicle.
We're, Alpha is not in a position to kill the crew.
Oh my god. We live and die on the short bus, everybody. So otherwise, we have an infantry squad right here covering with ground command to fight the infantry that have come over here. This tank is, looks like Yanni died, unfortunately.
Where I need to know.
This tank's track and turret are disabled, so that's why she's not moving. And Bad Wolf is over here, I guess, hunting for the two crew of the short bus. He could be used over here to help seek and destroy these guys instead, but he wants to go hunt instead those guys. Yeah, Winter, no problem. It's again one of the. I'm gonna finally start working on the Zeus encyclopedia stuff, so I thought it would be a good idea to finally get into it. I'm on the many other projects I have to do. I should probably do a video that talks about what I'm trying to change for everything. But anyway, thanks for the 420, man. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you're getting a kick out of this operation in particular.
Bravo the ground.
So yeah, really it just fell apart when they didn't have any cover up here, and I just, you know, they radio and said, hey, there's Vix up there, and I just brought the tank up because I had it stashed away. I'm not going to fault them for not doing recon. It's freaking nighttime, it's this bright, and they have shitty NVGs, so recon is impossible to do, but it's going to let me sneak stuff up there.
You're dead, you have to reslot, I guess. We don't...
This is high A firm. If they died as crewmen, they got to reslot as infantry because those slots are limited over.
I'm just at a loss for words right now, so...
So, just so you know, ground, the T-72 only has this track and turret disabled. It's still salvageable.
T-72, if you can get that track fixed, RTB the tank.
So we gotta talk about that, because tank came up, put its lights on as the BMP was calling it out. It was too late for Gizzy and Yanni to pull back. But the real shocking thing was the BMP-3 just kind of stayed there. It didn't try to pull back, it didn't try to retreat, it didn't try to flank. It just stood there like a deer in the
There's a Bravo
headlights,
BMP side
and that's
screen.
why the BMP3 got killed. If they tried to sneak around and AGM it in the rear, I would have given them the kill.
Here.
I'm busy.
But yeah, Bad Wolf, who's the ground commander for this mission, he is not happy with what has happened. He lost one of his IFEs.
Keep spraying that area.
We do have this
ground.
striker they could use, though, which is good to steal, but they're going to have to reassess after this firefight concludes.
Alpha Bravo, we've cleared the forward push.
And my Bradleys haven't even gotten here. Oh my god, I completely forgot about the Bradleys. They've got one BMP3, but the gun's disabled on the tank, so the BMP3 is going to have to be called in. Hell, if anything, they're going to need their AGMs of the Mi-24 to come in. These could definitely stop the Bradleys, but by the time the Bradleys get that close and air gets on station, it might be too late.
We are currently sitting at gun position.
Oh, and the BMP is in the open.
Say again, T-72. T-72 turret.
It's focusing on infantry. It's not in an Overwatch position. There's so many good Overwatch positions to be in. Oh, my God. I think they're going to get lucky here with the AI's incompetence. Gunner's still taking his hot time. Oh, nope. And they are saved by Moxie with an RG2. Oh my god, that was intense. Thank god they got the frickin' RG32 tubes for infantry to carry. Otherwise, this thing would be toast. He took a few shots on the front armor. He would have lost that fight if Moxie did not save him, but the second one is also coming in this route. But now they know that there's stuff coming. So can this BMP3 survive now?
Say again, Yanni.
So you want me to reslot into...
Mox doesn't have another tube to save him. BMP3 completely ignoring that. Mox, I think, saw it come in.
Do we have trucks in?
Rocket goes in. Toe goes into the BMP3. And it gets her toes ready. Oh, no. And it's a trade-off.
Bravo, status report. Yes, RTB to T-72, please.
Bravo status, 2 bodies destroyed, BMP is up there.
Bad Wolf is probably going to have an aneurysm.
Alright, in that case, we need to get this counterattack repelled, and then we will be indexed.
He's going to index after this, because he's lost all of his armor assets.
Look right over here.
I would not be surprised.
How about you guys?
Alpha Bradley deployed. Second to Bradley. That's the other BMP.
He's gonna call index after. I don't blame him. He lost both of his BMP3s because of... This one was definitely sillier than that one. That one I understand, because they took one out and then they immediately look away as the second one came in. You know, they didn't reposition.
Alpha Bravo Charlie, get the contacts dealt with, and we'll assess what we can do, if we can do anything.
Copy that.
That's the attack stop. They're gonna reassess, but I don't think that Striker will be able to carry everyone. I'm not sure what the status of that Humvee is. They do got an R&R Vic though, but hot damn. See, the really screwed up thing about this though is we saw both vehicle strategies get thwarted here.
This is T-72, pulling back.
The proper strategy I'd recommend for vehicles is Overwatch points. The issue was there was no one to cover that Overwatch point, so when a tank literally came right on top of them, they got screwed. And then the BMP pulled the deer in the headlights. At least they're going to be able to save the tank. But then you have the other strategy, which is keep the vehicles close to infantry to town. You can't see things come around and flank that vehicle. And they got into a very close firefight with AI and ended up trading.
Kind of, not really, I don't know. No one's talking on my squad anymore.
Sending soon medical.
Falcon, your drive was mem leaking while you were trying to flank? That sucks, man. Yeah, because BMP just sat there instead, and then the tank, I just had it drive up again. to confirm the T-72 was dead, and then they found the BMP-3 and just tapped it. So it looks like Undead's trying to pick up Seymour to pull him back. But, you know, I meant for this to be a tough fight, definitely. But after this, it would be a very easy, you know, I'm not going to send anything big to that QRF base, because that was all of my force to attack. Because what I told Bad Wolf 2 weeks ago was, I now have a reserve force that's planned to counterattack your position to try to take the stuff back. Whether or not I'll do it here or a different position is up to a dice roll, but I'm trying to be nicer in this campaign, so I just send it to them so they can deal with it.
Bravo,
So they don't have stuff taken under their nose.
Intel marked a new spot position to the north. It's been marked on the map for you.
I also know that a lot of players have been asking for ops that they, like, will fail. And I find that kind of funny because if you put it into perspective, at least for some of the Project 11 ops, they have technically... Okay, no, technically they don't fail them, but they could have done a lot more had they had the right strategy or the right tools, but instead you tend to see people all kind of break apart and stuff. Also, they do have these 2 transport trucks they could take.
This is Alpha, we're holding up the roadway, looking east, looks like we've dealt with contact mostly.
So there's still the tools around for them to continue on with the operation, just the question of whether they want to or
push up
not.
to the edge of town, the eastern, all squads to push up to the eastern edge of town, get a defensive line facing that way, and get me status reports on yourselves.
Bravo copy, just working on...
So they are trying to save, looks like they stabilized Seymour. They didn't give him his heart rate back though because he's purple, so I hope he doesn't die to cardiac arrest because that's a crewman slot. And I teleported JY out of that wall wreck so they could see him, so they're working on him now.
We've requisitioned one of the strikers from the FOB that's still active at the moment.
Otherwise, we do have a pan full of KIA
Hey,
here.
firm, I'm pretty sure Striker requires Vic crew, which we don't have any left.
Bravo's got 1 left, which is Seymour.
Hey, Furman, I can't afford to lose the slot, so he needs to RTB and replot. Striker just got called out as friendly!
Calm down. No, people aren't listening on 50 anymore, and they're not making call-outs on 50. We had a whole Bradley roll-up on top of Alpha, and no one called it.
Tensions are pretty high, and it's unfortunate. There's not really much I can do in that situation. To give you some insight in the problem I have with you know, this style of operation is if I make it too easy, they steamroll and then they complain that it was too easy. If I make it anywhere in difficulty, I, you know, have some AI do some tactical stuff, I try to coordinate my units, then you have people that don't call stuff in, or they ignore contact and try to push through and it flanks them, and it will seriously screw them up. And then you get these instances where a lot of people are stressed out right now, especially in the leadership roles, because just there are some broken chains in the link. And it's all just falling apart. So I, as a Zeus, there's not much I can do about that.
Be advised, the crewman is going to RTV in the Striker back to base.
Yeah, the broken yellow chain.
So right now my count is 3 crew KIA, 4 crew KIA. 1 from Bravo BMP, both Alpha BMP, and 1 from the tank.
Did they get Seymour up? Hold up, I'm gonna go over here, delete those bodies, just a little pet peeve of mine. Nothing we can do about it though, except delete them. I don't see Seymour back, so I think he's okay.
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, what are your thoughts on walking somewhere, or
Hammer
do you
the
want
chain.
to call it here?
Oh, come on, you got someone call these out.
Charlie doesn't mind, whatever.
Thank you.
Most of Bravo don't mind.
Alpha's consensus is that it's dark as dick and we can't see shit.
Do I have a VOD of the latest BIA up?
Like, yeah, we have MVPs.
If it's not on the VOD channel yet, I'll try to make sure it's up tomorrow.
Theirs are the exact same, essentially.
Yeah, but they're better than us.
Contact Southeast Ridgeline.
Just this one marksman. Just trying to come back around, you fool.
On the way. On the way.
Shouldn't be trying to run away. Oh! General Short Bus and his trusty companion made it out of there.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
This is T-72, back at base.
Copy. You're free to resplat infantry if you want.
Will do.
So I think Bad Wolf is now understanding why Tempestal stepped down for this. Because, it's hard to coordinate.
Alright, from a
Yeah, it's fine,
strategic
Kier.
perspective, we need at least one more fob. So we're going.
Something just cut out on his comms. If I can confirm they're going to go for the next
If we have enough
fob.
transport capacity between them and the gas,
Yep, so they can
we'll
fit a
mount.
squad in each of those.
If not, we're going to proceed on foot to the next fob. Strategically, we need at least one more fob to be able to keep going.
So they're going to go for it. I'm going to quickly set up a table back here. Let's watch him bounce back, guys. I have faith in him. So put that in there. Let's see. We're going to talk about the large resource field at 25198. What was that again? 25198. 25.
Each Humvee holds 8.
Affirm, so
New
8,
large.
and so that gives us, we probably have enough room with the command Vic. We are waiting for a 1x reinsert, however, so stay.
I can never
secure.
spell field right. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? Put that on there. Remote control this guy. Yeah, see, so this is their NVGs. Which, it's a little bigger than their monocles,
Charlie
but...
Brown, be advised, there's still some sporadic infantry to the east of our current location.
Yeah, so there's an angle you can do it. I'm just going to put it up a little higher, though.
Copy, Charlie. Shoot them.
Now, what is going to be
Will do.
around this position? Birdie exhausted most of the vehicles. There's not really that many statics. It's meant to be kind of like a FARP. So what I can do is I can put an ammunition R&R Vic down and... probably another ammo Vic. No, we'll do a fuel Vic. So let me go over, grab the R&R stuff over here. And maybe we can get them in a better mood. But yeah, usually when the player base gets their ass kicked, they perform really well for the rest of the op with the limited resources they have. Even when I don't pull my hand back. Let's see, they took that fob.
Alpha's loaded.
I would say we're going to set up a bit of an ambush right here. They try to Speedy Gonzalez by.
Bravo's loaded.
And then, yeah, you got these rock walls that are just conveniently
Charlie's
put
waiting on
here
that
for
off
this ambush. You gotta love the little meticulous details that some of the mission makers made, you know?
Charlie, get your guy vectored in to your location and get yourself mounted either in Command Vic or Alpha Charlie, or either of the Humvees.
Copy that.
And then let's see, this mutt I'm going to pull back to right here.
Was not for Alpha, was just telling Charlie to get mounted somewhere once their reinsert catches up.
And then that M60 we'll put right there.
Alpha Bravo Charlie, there is a dismount on it before the next
Obvious
town.
ambush
We
spot,
will
right?
proceed through that town on foot.
Now, just to give them something to do, I will put a squad in there, so there's, you know, just some bait to hit.
On the way. Roger. On the way.
Even better, even better. Do I still have those in the spawn queue, or do I need to put them in?
Contact, because we don't have a lot of gun trucks, immediate herringbone and dismount.
Charlie's loaded.
We can say there's a civilian fuel bic and then get a few RVs out of it. It's normally not your job as a Zeus to handle their morale,
Gun trucks going first, Alpha Bravo follow that.
you can still do your best to try to sway it, you know?
Touch the ground, be advised we're going to be following a red line marked on map.
Seymour's back here, so I think he survived and they're just driving the tank back. You know, give them a small firefight, try to get them to think positively again. They should be A-okay. No, there haven't been any bad frags yet, but there's definitely been a few mistakes.
Squads, just take it nice and slow. Keep your situational awareness, since that's what's got us killed, is a lack of it.
And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go to this fob. I'm going to grab that M2 up there. We're going to stick that puppy in. Alright.
Infantry, we're at the dismount. Go ahead, get on.
So we got M2 driving around.
The town. The gun truck will follow
Pull
you.
this back so the Vic doesn't keep freaking out. You know, if anything, this would be a better spot because there's some
Don't worry about the Humvees.
rocks for
Command
cover.
element will handle getting them moved up behind you.
I'm gonna put them on a put them hold fire because I don't want them turned out.
Alpha Bravo Charlie, how copy my last?
Bravo copies, we'll stick to the south side of the road and push
I can spell it.
Charlie copies, we'll head red line marked on map.
But you know, I mean, the morale, you know, that should be another video concept. How can you help the players bounce their morale back? There's a few subtle things you can do here and there, and I do actively do them, even if it's in the background of my mind. But, you know, you want your players to bounce back, because whether it be you made an accident as the Zeus, they made an oopsie as the players, the AI decided, hey, I'm an RPG guy, and I normally miss every shot at 200 meters, but now I'm going to kill 4 vehicles in a CSAT convoy in Tanoa accurately from, like, 200 meters deep in a forest. There was a fucking CSAT Tanoa op from a few months ago where one AI killed an entire convoy of player Vics. It was fucking ridiculous. But, you know, whether or not Arma is Arma, you know, how do you get your players' morale back if they're feeling pretty crummy? Because, not gonna lie, when you get screwed like that, you're gonna feel pretty crummy. There's little subtle things you can do to help the player base get a pick-me-up, you know? Put in a Civ chat and roleplay giving them a Sprite Cranberry. You know what? Just for that, Zam. Just for that. Let me get 10 minutes of peace. Make an off-road fault. No, no, you don't want to... You don't want to spook them. You don't want to freak them out further. You don't want to add to their aggro, because even if the issue wasn't your fault, then they're going to pin it on you, and... well, you're not going to have a player base for too long. Players want to have fun. There goes Nim. I'm sure she DC'd. It looked like a DC instead of a...
an enemy patrol inside the town.
whatchamacallit.
Copy Charlie, Alpha Bravo, Charlie.
Yeah, no, she tends to
online and clear this
disconnect if
down.
she's not having fun. We've had a
5-0.
talk about that.
5-0.
Yeah, I don't blame people, because everything got screwed in the blink of an eye. Oh, Tempestal, it's okay. Bad Wolf's learning why you gave him the job. Finn, if you have your engine on in a tank, and the M60 has its engine on, I'm not surprised you didn't hear it. Engines are loud.
Alpha's crossing to the right side of the road. Left side is really open and bad approach.
Alright, so for Tempestal and
Alpha,
Azariah, let me explain what happened. So, BMP and Tank came up
Charlie,
here.
recommend you do the
Nothing
same.
watching their flank as they were taking a fob over here. QRF was coming from this direction. I had an M60 over here because they, took this position back. So M60 drove up and booped the tank. Tank survived. BMP3 decided to sit here, so Tank just came up and booped it too. And then Tank did a tactical
Guys,
flip
your
and
squad
decrewed itself.
really shouldn't be losing
Other
enemy hardware.
BMP3 decided to go right here and watch into the city. Bradley came around. Moxie with a shoulder-launched AT single shot managed to do this to the first one. BMP3 then fired a few shots. It exploded. Cool. Then it looked away again, and then second Bradley came around, and they traded with tow missiles. So, yeah, Bad Wolf is not a happy camper right now. Yanni, there were no infantry. You were only a BMP3 and a tank up there. What infantry are you talking about?
Alpha's MG has like this entire squad lined up. We can hit it real fucking quick.
I mean, the only person that got knocked out in that tank fight was Yanni, the gunner.
AGS has got him too.
Yeah, no, Bad Wolf's still trying to march him on. He wants to take one more fob and call Index, which I'm completely
Alpha,
okay
go
with.
ahead, light him up. Bravo, proceed in to crash on him.
Yanni, you died because the tank shell penetrated, destroyed the turret, and also hit you and killed you. Well, not killed you, but, knocked you on con. So yeah, they got a beautiful flank on this squad. Machine gunner with the M60's firing back. He's trying to get off the road now. Oh yeah, and when the AI flipped that tank, I promoted him to General Short Bus, and he actually got out of the AO. So I might make him into an objective later if I can be bothered. No, I didn't end you. No, I don't do that unless you're doing something really stupid. You were purple in the tank, which means you were unconscious in it with no heart rate. So you died in the tank. You were purple, Yanni. Watched you die. If you're purple on my interface, that means you don't have a heart rate. So, don't know what to tell you.
Ground be advised, brothers on the far eastern side of town. We've got a fuel Vic and another Humvee here.
You were down for quite a while, too. 100 bits by Vad, thank you. And they're doing the friendly wiggle up there to show that they have secured that upper position.
Alpha's moving up.
No, Vader. Oh, I get it. Underscore. Yeah, okay. Yep. I'm sorry. I see so many weird names, Vader, that my brain, especially since I have not slept, my brain does not know how to process things properly. So, my mistake. I mean, Yanni, you can argue it all you want. You died, though, so, oof.
Hi, this is Graham.
Hi, send message, over.
A-firm, any fob for captured supply Vics?
Yep, including ones you have captured in the same mission, over.
Copy. That's
I'm
what
amending
I wanted
that
to make
rule
sure.
just to be nicer. I've changed a few of the rules of the campaign recently just to make it easier on them, because otherwise we would be here for a lot longer.
Squad that has the captured fuel truck, I need you to... Can you afford to detach one guy?
Yeah, we should be
We
able
could
to.
have air come and lift it.
Actually, go ahead, have him RTB it to the fob we just captured. Command Vic will route him up, and we'll stay static here till we're ready to move. We're just going to take things slow and smooth.
Copy that.
So, squads, go ahead, dig in, and possible attack directions for
I'll
the
even
Fed.
let them keep the transport trucks for this one, since they need it. What? Were they just shooting out the lights, maybe? I don't know. Armor ace double whammy. We gotta remember, regular foot soldiers don't have as high of a recovery chance of CPR as medics, though in TSB we do have both of those numbers considerably high.
Is there resupply in that, Chopper?
There's Iopa's question, everything GC does. It's for the reinserts! The reinserts! And they're pulling the fuel truck back. I think that's either 1 or 2 RPs worth, so just a little bonus. A little breadcrumb for them to get their spirits up. CPR versus tank size shell.
Squad that was talking about resupply, AK mags, PKM mags, PTRS mags, medical.
Yeah, basically.
Hey, you're new to the stream, mate. Looks like a good game, but sounds like you need to learn a lot of stuff before you're ready to play in this sort of scenario. Yeah, Father, Arma with Ace and all the mods, there is a lot to learn.
Can't be destroyed.
But
it's not wasting all the ammo on it.
Yeah, they're trying to shoot the lights out when you can't shoot out for.
Thanks, Iopus. I have something
reason.
like 20 mags for my.
Here it comes, guys. Come on, we're supposed to all be friends here. There's definitely
Can we just get a limited arsenal, please? I beg you.
Then there would be no reason to do logistics in the first place.
Fuck me then, I guess.
Yep. Dirty Snape. But yeah, we do have trainings that have you go through all this stuff. And I know we're still waiting on... Is the train... Do you know if the training's revamped or not?
Copy, Bevel.
Because I honestly don't know yet. Used to check in on Pogo every week, and, you know, nothing would really progress. So at that point, I was like, I guess it'll get done when it gets done. You employ all 4 sessions now? Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, Father, what I would recommend is, I would get the game, then I would go to a community like Ahoy World or 77 JSOC that have the public servers, and I would just play through that a little bit, and if you like the style of it, then go find a community.
Alpha is scrunching ammo.
And there's stuff for everything.
We're just that low.
But otherwise, Andrewza, oh no, wait, no, it's Andrew, sorry. 2 different people. Thank you so much for the 27-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this one. Let's give him a warm welcome shot. Yeah, no problem, Father. Again, brain tired. Yeah, they're just gonna pick up enemy guns, because I assume they put all their resupply in...
Grounds en
the
route
BMPs.
with the guy who RTB'd the fuel truck will be there shortly.
They can bring all of the tools they want to the mission, but if they lose those tools, they gotta figure out how to adapt, and some people beg, and some people actually do the smart thing and diversify their assets. Yeah, that's fair, Yanni. Diversify the portfolio. Damn right. So I think they're waiting for Bad Wolf to come back with that one person. They brought the fuel truck back. I'm gonna go ahead and delete Rex. And we'll see what they do for this next portion. They brought their Vix up as well. Now we're just going to be a little patient with them. But they're probably going to push up to that last fob. We're going to call Index. I'll got to list out everything they won and lost. And then we got the next mission to do.
Bravo, our MG has swapped over to an M60. If you want to get 3 extra boxes of PK ammo, they're over here on this guy on the northwest side.
Drop it up.
Alright, squad, your Humvees are back. Squad that loaned to me the guy to run the,
Yes, we got a plan for General Short Bus. Definitely.
Keep yourselves organized, and we're going to move on that fob.
Look, Yanni, Falcon, if it's any consolation, the only reason the M60 finally gave up was it did a tactical flip, killing its driver, and the gunner and commander got out and ran all the way back to this fob, and I deleted them, so the driver is now called General Short Bus because he broke his tracks when he did it and dismounted, so it's okay. We can calmly state for this mission that both the player and the AI Vit crews made mistakes. Alright? Yes, this is a persistent op, so all the progress they've made, all these red positions. Oh, what? Oh, it's just games of tic-tac-toe. But yeah, all these red positions are positions they've taken. There used to be a green 4 faction that owned most of the map, and both sides took a lot, so yeah, they're just, every time they seem to get momentum, something screws
Alpha
them.
Bravo Charlie, let me know when you guys are just about ready to go.
Charlie is ready to go.
There's another Vic right there that these guys can mount up
Probably
in.
good.
Or it looks like there's some spots in Ground Command's Vic as well. And once again, Charlie is not
Red
communicating.
dismount marker is just before some buildings. We'll dismount there, clear those buildings, and then we'll be about 300 yards to the fob. I should say meters.
What, I got scared for a sec? No, I was wondering what the heck they're doing. Looks like McLean has landed. He just left it in the middle of the runway. I don't know why they do cap. I never, like, for the past 3 offs, I have not thrown in any jet. Like, the only time I put in jets was towards the end when Green 4 was getting screwed, so I don't know. But if Malin wants to keep coming in and just fly circles for an hour, 2 hours, he's more than welcome.
Watch out. Hold up, guys.
Yeah, so it looks like they all mounted in the command Vic. That...
We
what?
got that box. Please, I'm begging you. Okay. Base. Ammo. Load.
What do you want?
Box. A crate. At the airbase.
Alright, I'll move some up.
You did say lift some up, right?
I'm moving them up. I'm not gonna go hunt him down and tell him. I said move him up twice, so whatever. Not in the mood. Like, all right, there's a fine line between making sure your players are having fun and then dealing with snarky attitudes. You know what I mean? Let's give them a warm. In this campaign, I have told them time and time again, if they want me to move stuff up to the fob, they got to do it themselves. And in the beginning half of this campaign, they were loading ammo boxes into Vicks and using those as resupply. So I don't know why they stopped. Because now the logistics problems they're having with ammo would be solved if they did that, you know? I don't know. I try. So, have our ambush. We have the tank right there laying in wait. We're going to see if they're going to dismount here and move up. I think we're out of radio range.
Alright, Alpha Bravo Charlie, dismount, clear these buildings, and then we'll move on the fob to our,
I need to teleport up because the ridges were getting in the way. TSB is caffeine, yeah, right. In terms of DMing for, D&D, yeah. Yeah, that's a big headache, too. I've played in D&D, excuse me. DM. Dungeon Masters and Dungeon Masters, the ultimate Dungeons and Dragons experience. I'm in a 40k D&D thing right now. I'm DMing for a text-based D&D thing right now. And I've been in a few different Dungeons and Dragons things in Pathfinder 3.5 and 5.0.
Apologies, folks. I was.
D&D's nice, but it just takes a lot of time.
I was looking at the wrong topology piece.
Yeah, I think he's going to come back after he noticed that I moved them up. I'm waiting.
Isn't that a laugh?
I said I moved... Alright, you little fucker.
Yeah, I noticed the second time. Ain't moving them up, you didn't tell me where though, so it doesn't matter.
You said to here!
Didn't say here.
What the fuck does move them up mean then?
The airbase, I said airbase. Doesn't matter now, we got the crates, thank you very much, we'll do it. They already lose like 6 vehicles. It's fucking rad. I'll get the PKM and AK.
Whatever.
Yeah, I've got AK right now. There's the MI8 that's not even fucking here.
MI8? No, the MI8 is here.
It's to the south, I think.
And at the field because I couldn't land any closer.
Alright, where do you want me to move them to? I'll move them right now. Okay? Do you want them to go to the airfield? I'll move them to the airfield. Just say yes or no.
Dismount and keep moving.
Got it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Fuck's sake. Op 4's a Russian-based faction that's custom-made.
Take my vest off the fucking crate.
I don't know. It's annoying because they ask me for something, I give it to them, and they're still snarky about it. It's like you can't win with some people, you know? And again, that in itself is a good example. Just try not to lose your cool like I do. Try to be calm and patient with them, but eventually, after years of doing this, you will have no patience left. Let me scroll up here because I saw someone asking a question. I'm a newer member, so I'm not sure if you have done something similar or not. Have you done some? Yes, we've done plenty of zombie missions. My community is very done with zombie missions. So I'm not sure if they spotted this guy sticking his gun out. Oh, yeah, well, Bramble would claw the shit out of my lap, so maybe not there, but she likes to rest at my feet when I do some ops, so that would be nice.
Already put the fucking, was it AT rifle? No, you didn't. I'll put one. Don't worry about PKM ammo, I got that shit.
Oh, okay, I'm feeling the right
Which one? I think it's this one, I don't know.
Yeah, her back claws are brambly, which is why she's named Bramble.
Team 6 now.
Anti-air-eyed butterflies for the complaining pilots.
Sure. Why not? Anti-air IED butterflies. That would be a trip.
Squad on the
Instead of
north
flak,
hill,
you just use
secure the
anti-air
box
butterflies.
is 200 meters north, and we'll have a view of
So I
where
think
you're
they just
at.
spotted that tank.
Hold on, let me ask. Because it's gonna take a while. Never mind, fuck it.
Alright, so they're aware, so I'm gonna ungarrison these guys.
Just tap this fucking key.
And
60
he
times
just...
to put a single bandage in.
That's... How did you... Let's stick him in there, so maybe...
Contact report.
else are we missing?
Small contact, northeast, Bravo's position.
SKSM, I think.
Have him be ready to open fire.
SKS guns, I think.
Seen some GMGs getting shot up here.
How many times do we have to say don't put a flare up over our position?
Now, that one's not my flare, so...
That goes to all squads.
Charlie's not even over there.
They want... We got the 7. It's just 7 PLs. Only 7 PLs.
Did you just reload that instantly?
And other squads not in contact. We're gonna need... Oh, fuck, there's a tank there.
There's a tank over the hill.
Just good enough. I think this is good enough.
I think I just blew Seymour's head off.
Charlie, can you get an... Or Bravo, can you get an AT shot on that from your position?
The variant I can guess, fuck, whoever has them.
Just load one more. Yeah, I take the crates to the fucking...
Alright, we're gonna say there's one far patrol squad that I'm gonna send in as backup.
Even lift them.
Squad,
Yep,
update your
go grab the
position.
ammo
Start
truck.
working on solution to that tank and fob.
The MA8 south.
Charlie's updated their position.
Copy.
I need drugs.
Charlie, you're closest to that tank. Take it out.
Enough drugs.
We don't have any AT.
Ground be advised, another Humvee pushing over the hill.
There's a tank northeast.
That hit a tree.
Alpha Bravo, one of you guys gotta hit it.
Bravo's trying.
That Humvee is enemy. The Humvee is enemy.
Yes, enemy vehicles tend to be...
Command Vic can't push up on the Humvee anymore with that tank there.
Flank it, guys. Please, I'm begging you. Just have someone run right.
Gunner down on the Humvee.
Please.
Oh, this one. I don't know. I think we can load 2.
I'm just tired at this point.
Oh, we can load 2 and then put
On the way.
Oh, this one doesn't have the prompt, whatever.
I
A
hope
tree
the thing's got
protection
spotting
system,
rounds
right?
in it.
Yeah, this one is.
You go inside, yes.
Tank pulled back northeast. It went below the ridge. Be advised, both AT of Alpha and Bravo are down.
Go to the MI8.
Copy, we're working on a solution. Get yourself straight. We'll have to push on this fob in a minute.
He's moving up to support that infantry squad.
Is that flare ours or enemy?
I can't fucking tell anymore.
Enemy squad direct north from across the T intersection.
Understood.
You know, this AI is being a dick. He's putting himself in positions that are gonna let him keyhole things. Like Abraham. Except he's not gonna get an accurate shot. I see a little bit of blood actually.
On the way.
Is this General Short Bus again? Maybe. Swing and a miss, Charlie Brown. Swing and a miss, Charlie Brown. Hey, look, they hit it.
Civilian got the tank. Good job.
Again, with brute force instead of trying to flank it and get closer. They had their Vics with them. They could easily
Alpha
mount
Bravo,
up in the
Charlie,
Vic
get
and then
yourself
pull
straight,
around
start
on a
pushing
flank.
On that fob.
Charlie copies, will start moving as soon as I get some of my guys.
Well, Doom, that's because friendly forces
wait,
have
the
been
other
putting
squads to
flares
be
over their
ready.
own positions.
FYI, Command Vic is disabled. Gun's still good though.
Copy that.
Yeah, so SL, he's probably set to defend only. Yep, so he's gonna run up to this fob.
All right, Alpha Bravo Charlie, rally on me. I am just to the south of the cook-off.
I'd laugh if he ran him over, because I've seen that before.
Be on 11, sorry, you guys up. Charlie be on their way soon as well. We just missing one guy and we'll get here.
Come on, guys. We're down to 25. Started with 36. Ay, ay, ay.
Hey, whoever took the PTRS.
So, Thesaurus, I'm sorry I butchered your name there, but, oh, please tell me he wasn't flying when he crashed. I don't see any air assets down, okay. From what was fired, it was a SMA, an RPG, and I think it was just those two for those 3 shots. So the SMA is a weapon I generally don't give the players. And that was done on purpose because, you know, I try to use stuff that I see most Zeuses don't give. But RPGs, they do use a lot. So it was 2 SMA hits. One was a ranging shot, the other one was a different one. But with all the different launcher systems,
ground forces, we need to be pushing the fob now.
it makes sense that, you know, they would miss one here and there, because memorizing all of that AT use can be very, very difficult. Why did you push all the way over here? Get
Right,
back
Charlie
in the
will
fob.
be with you in a sec.
So I don't fault them for missing. However, we have had ops where they missed like 5 or 6 RPG shots, especially point blank, and that was more towards the middle when they were doing Project AR, for example. That was a mess.
Some guy on the hill.
Sorry, that's one of my guys.
Good news, I know where he is.
Did he just shoot at somebody? Okay, let's have you like face front, because he can't do a full turn on that thing. No, it's not one life. If this was one life, this campaign would have probably failed or something. It does have a ranging shot, but I don't have that ammo in the SMA for the Blue 4 players. Now, if I were to have the players use the SMA, then I'd give them ranged ammo, because I could also have an AT assistant.
Alpha Bravo Charlie, are you
Get ammo, but oh my freaking god, this silly
You guys
goose.
still have marksmen? There's 2 dudes in battle towers that'll fuck us up real good.
But AI, if I were to give one guy the AT weapon and the other guy the stick, they're not really good at rearming from the guy's backpack inventory. They can do it. Stop it. They can do it, but in a combat situation, how the AI move is as if they're trying to get to a helicopter. They'll go around and go from the sides. We just saw AT get launched and major miss. We got a 50 cal up there. There's another one right there they took out. So Barbarian, I think, got tagged by that 50.
Bravo Charlie, continue supporting Alpha. Get ready to move.
I think they're shooting at the, yep, that Jeep. Now we're gonna do the good ol'... Oh, he's dead. Never mind. And it explodes because I heard some PTRS rounds go into it.
Alpha, push.
Alpha's not in
Bravo Charlie, keep suppressing.
Not sure if there's anything left alive to suppress except this one.
Remember your basic training. Die, motherfucker, die. Don't just randomly burst. And don't just full auto. It's not accurate, it's not good.
I think there's a shooter in the building to the east of the FOB. Charlie, check it.
So they're calling that out. That's good.
That was in the FOB.
And these guys looks like they're jumping off the side. AI pathing, everybody. It's amazing. So large vehicle cache, that's going to get marked. And I have the UF flag up, which happens to be the imperialist regime known as the United States.
Bunch of dudes down on the east side, most likely, in the houses.
Copy.
Now it's a night fight.
Or at least one dude with super intel.
So they're breaching, clearing houses. They're getting shot at from over here. And they've done a pretty nasty spread. I'm gonna open this guy because I think I'm gonna open the door for this guy because I'm pretty sure he just shot through the door.
Copy.
And I want to try to prevent that sort of stuff because AI can stick their guns through objects and still shoot. Because you know their pathing is amazing. Yeah, well that's why it helps to have a Zeus come in and correct stuff. Meanwhile, AT guy, look at that! The AI will flank their AT guys. Now, if I get the players to do something like that, that would be great. Now, I want to see them put the flare over here, because they need the flare to help see the bad guys. So this would be a good instance, right? Maybe? Please, guys? So, another squad being sent up to assist the first squad that pushed. AT guy has flanked around right here. He's hunting for something. But the AI are purely infantry now, so it's not going to do him any good. swear, I'm gonna take a day where I do training ops again, and we're gonna just do pause X's. The issue with training ops is people don't show up to them, and some of those people are the people that absolutely need to show up to them. So I'll probably disguise them as actual one-offs or something. So we still got 4 guys up. Big Boss doing a smart thing here. He brought up the 50 cal and he's just going for suppression. Flare finally goes up. And hopefully they'll get good eyes. Another one of them dropped. It's now 4 dudes. I think I said 4 earlier. It was 5. Now it's 4.
Apologies.
So I hope it just took a few shots. He's doing the reload thing where he cues it in a reload and gets off to heal. That's an exploit we sometimes do. That and the enhanced movement mountain goating. But this is a good example of how one squad can stall, what is this, a player base of about 25 right now, so. Food for thought. Now that entire squad is dead. Second flare's gone. I don't know why they're firing flares over their own position, but they did, so yay. Now the issue is we were to watch these guys. Now that flare's gonna fall in their face. Now if you're looking at MVGs, it's bright as hell, so. Interesting call there.
Brother's gonna sweep the town from the south.
But otherwise we have 1, 2, 3 of those, a damaged gas. 3 R&R Vics, that 1 fuel Vic. They lost both BMDs. Or BMP3s, excuse me. BMD and BMP are 2 separate things. The T-72 is damaged. Ay, ay, ay. Well, Zeno, it's a matter of how you balance an op can greatly, greatly differ. God, that's going to need to be another video I have to talk about. Because more often than not, general balance is a player can handle like 5 AI at a time, but there are ratios you have to change depending on circumstances. Night ops, where both sides have limited vision, is going to favor the AI more. So if you were to swarm at those same ratios, the AI would be a lot more deadly because, you know, players are harder to see, but to the computer, it just means their coefficients are a little lower, but they still get that general skill level. You can put an AI at 0% everything and put him in a town, and he'll still, like, fatal funnel people. It's ridiculous. He'll reload slow as hell. He'll be really, like, slow to turn to targets. He'll miss almost all of his ammunition, but 1 or 2 of those shots in those narrow corridors will still get on target. And if they have a low-level helmet, it'll still drop them.
Ground, Thompson. Town seems clear.
Things to consider. Whew. But otherwise, again, it was just a matter of taking 3 points. They took 3 points last time as well. Not even mad for this one. So let's see, it's about 2:30. Yeah, it's about on par for our time. Will I continue the stream after this? Yeah, might as well.
Squad, get yourself settled. I'm going to call in the resupply. Do you guys feel like we could push on that large field we just got intel on, or should we call it a day here?
I mean, we got 15 minutes left before forced index, so probably not.
Yeah, they're kind of out of time for this one.
Confirm time hack. High command.
Iopus is right. You do not have that much time to push ops to another far objective, so I would recommend index.
Hey, Firm, as soon as I tow the gas in so it can get repaired to the fob, we'll index.
I'll count it. There's a few things I'll be counting for this, and I've already noted them down, so it's all good. Ready to index if you want.
Hey, firm. We are indexed then.
Stand by. Random Stone, I'd love some cookies. I also have to paint this commissar miniature after I make it. I'm scared about painting miniatures, man. I'm not a good artist. I'm not good with drawing utensils and stuff.
They
but...
indexed it. They
All
indexed
right, here we
now.
go.
I know.
All right, so I have a few things I got to speak on. So we're gonna just bounce around the board here. First off, flares wise, the enemy were using flares along with you to put on your squads as you would put on them. I would recommend you try not to put flares on your own position. Try to put them on enemy. That way, it's a easy PID, especially for vehicle assets and any support assets that you have, like you know, that gas with the GMG. Another thing, vehicles were utilized well in the beginning. That's because Bad Wolf did a good job of keeping a squad on each side, keeping them well screened, and then had the infantry push up, take the resource field, and vehicles had good overwatch. That all kind of fell apart in the town next to the FOB because, again, people had the right idea. We had two different strategies done. One BMP and the tank were on an overwatch position. However, they did that was overwatch of the town. There was no one overwatching the MSR coming into the town. So an M60 came up and saw that there were tracers coming from a hilltop. So they drove up the hill from the side and then got on par with the ridge line. So they were on the top of the ridge too and drove over and found T50 or T72 and the BMP. The issue with that was by the time the BMP spotted it, the T72 took a shot, lost the gunner, lost its track, and then this tank kind of sat there watching that tank. And the BMP3, the guys that were in there came into my chat and mentioned it, but when they should have driven away or tried to fall back, they just sat there like a deer in the headlights, and then the tank went up a little more and took them out. So I'll let them explain when it's their turn in the debrief, because just for clarification, but you know, just a general reminder, if a big asset comes up to you, something that you probably don't want a one-on-one, try to disengage and call that in immediately, because otherwise it's gonna, you know, comms break down and you're gonna get quartered off and killed. The other BMP, I had two Bradleys coming in behind the tank. I completely forgot about them because they went a lot slower compared to the two squads of infantry I'd go in via the Humvees and the tank itself. So they came in a bit later. They went around the northern side where the other BMP was, and the BMP was right there in the middle of town, really close, like within the block. And first, Bradley came around. Moxie was able to save the BMP by dunking it with his RPG-32. And then the second BMP came around, and we already heard locally that, you know, no one was calling it out, and then it traded with the BMP. BMP got some hits on it, blew it up, but it also, Bradley dunked two toes in the BMP and blew it up. So that's where that thing kind of fell apart. So just remember, vehicle positioning, especially at night, you want to try to keep them on vectors that are away from where contacts are going to be. And worst comes to worst, you could always have a light vehicle like the Gazes that are armed up next to the BMP and kind of watching its flanks, or you could have some infantry up there like marksman teams, or you could just have Alphas, AT, and marksman go up there to cover. That way they're on the ground and they can hear engines coming better than vehicles because, you know, sometimes for whatever reason the M60's engine is a little quieter. So if you're in a tank and your engine's going, you're going to have a hard time hearing the other engine come up. Just some 2 cents from me. On a final note for major things, if you are a squad leader, you need to always make sure you're in a position that you are tracking the members of your squad. And if something happens, you need that where you need to call for backup to save you, you need to do that immediately. That should be your priority objective as a squad leader, is just taking care of your guys while you complete ground command's objectives. Because I watched an entire squad get wiped today, to the point I even called in to make sure that the squad leader wasn't having a radio issue, because his entire squad got wiped and he never called it in. Even after I questioned if he was on net, he never called it in. And there was a squad right next to his squad on the same ridge 100 meters away that could have come in and helped, but instead his entire squad bled out and died. So please, if you're a squad leader, make sure you're tracking your guys via, if you have C-Tab, use C-Tab. If you have them on DUI, color code them. If you notice they're not moving and you're hearing shots right next to you, start calling on local. And if you can't get back immediately, call for another squad to help. Even if it's a false flag, I'd rather have people running to the assistance of others over thinking the enemy's close enough, but it ends up being fine because at least you then have that second squad to come in and help. Because I don't want to see people leaving these ops because they get screwed. You know what I mean? Otherwise, that is all I have. I think in the future, I'll also start putting arsenals and resupply crates both at the nearest airbase and the FOB. But another quick reminder, at the beginning of this campaign, a lot of people were utilizing ammo boxes and stuff and bringing ammo boxes in, and they would load them as everyone was waiting in the base. You guys have stopped doing that, but, you've been calling for resupply, so maybe consider doing that again.
They load it straight into the VIX, and when we were doing the boxes, those got loaded into the VIX when we lost the VIX, so it would have been a problem regardless.
That's fair, but then maybe have some for the air asset to come in immediately with, because that was done earlier too with Tempestal. But again, I'll be moving those up to the closest airbase and the FOB you choose. That way it's also right there if you need it. You know what I mean? Make it easier. Otherwise, that is more or less everything I have. I hope you guys had fun. Sorry if you didn't. Again, I told Bad Wolf this, but the enemy are going to counterattack. And depending on the dice roll I do, it's either going to be, positions you're trying to go for or another part of the map that we reveal after the mission or during the mission if you have a QRF force. So you fought that counterattack. It was the 2 Bradleys, the tank, and the 2 infantry squads that came in. So
where were they headed?
The resource field that you just took, because
okay.
Last week you fought that position, so they were then going to push into the town, but you were there and then they countered. So they're trying to react to what you're doing.
Yeah, I was expecting, because I realized it didn't come from an RNG perspective, but me as the enemy commander, I would have been coming down the other MSR past the castle towards the FOBs we took.
Mm-hmm. So
that's why I was inquiring earlier about AT mines, because I would have mined that MSR.
Yeah. So I had them staged at the FOB that you last took, but after you took that depot, I instead decided to use them as QRF to try to stop you, because I had those forces on station. Otherwise, that's it for me. Again, hope you guys had fun. Ground, take it away.
All right. I realized we were trying to have a bit of fun before that, but when Ground asks to lock it up, that's when it's time to start getting serious. It took till well
Jacob,
after the first resource field where comms started to mellow out, and then as soon as we started taking hits, comms went to crap again. Just one thing I noticed that was good last week and kind of regressed is always, if something is stated, acknowledge it. There were times where I would give an order and then I'd have to ask, did you guys copy my last? So if Ground gives you an order, bare minimum, please just say copy or call sign copies. That way I know you got it. I did part of the where we lost all those Vics. I thought Finhammer was looking over the MSR, not the town, based on the position they were in. And
yeah,
I was kind of surprised that, yeah, we had a tank roll right up the MSR right into our face.
Yeah, when it's my turn, I'll touch that.
I should have, like I said earlier, as ground commander, it's not my job to micromanage you, but I probably should have asked, hey, do you got eyes on this MSR? So that's something on me. Yeah, once we lost everything and started going slow, comms did kind of start getting better. We absolutely dabbed on that final fob. So that's all I got, I think. have if Alpha wants to
go. Internal comms were halfway decent. Could have been better. Dying gingerbread man is not here. Dude couldn't read a compass to save his life. Don't know where he went, but yeah, he got lost several times. Couldn't stay with his team, unfortunately. Other than that, everyone else was really good. Everything that's already been mentioned about comms. That will help poke you some stuff that's more campaign related, I guess. Bravo. Or rather, team leads first, I guess.
Bravo.
Nothing
Anybody?
much for Bravo. My guys did actually quite well. Comms on our end for squad comms were actually great. Nobody overspoke anyone. Everyone kept it together. Tried to stick with the BMP as much as we could. We had it behind us, apart from in the town. Obviously, once we secured that fob, we pushed up, and that's when we got ambushed by the Bradleys. It's a shame we lost it. We saved one of the crewmen. The other one bled out. Yeah, not really much to say. We sort of worked our way around as much as we could with the rest of the squads. So.
Charlie?
Charlie did alright. Internal comms were a little bit quiet, but everybody reacted to what I said. Regarding the first Mazcast, I had no idea it happened until you actually said something, because nobody was talking on radio in my squad, so I assumed everybody was fine when I asked, but nobody responded. So then I gave the order to pull back, and then nobody responded to that either. So that was interesting. I was pretty much just talking to a wall at some points. That was interesting, to say the least. Nothing really else to add. One of the fun things that happened near the end is that ground you shot at two of my guys.
Oh, they were shooting at me.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I knew they were I knew you guys were friendly. That's why I didn't deck you.
Oh.
But you guys were shooting at me.
Oh. Well, fair enough then. I wouldn't say anything against that then. Kill them next time then. Rather than that, yeah, squad did okay. Fix.
Alpha can go first.
Yeah. So at the start, comms, it's beating a dead horse. After the resource compound, my idea was to support Alpha as best I could. I did half of that. I tried getting into a position where I would have the right side of the hill covered for me. My driver would be looking out for me while I would be supporting Alpha, and then the T-72 came up and plunked itself right next to me. So my intentions were that it was watching the MSR. Those intentions were wrong. My driver screams at me that there's a tank right there next to us. And then comms was inside the tank. I don't know what the fuck happened. I was Hitler trying to scream at a general to push forward, and he would not budge. Like, I was trying to flank it, as Liru said in the stream multiple times. Like, I wanted to flank it so I could put an AGTM into it, but I don't know what happened to Blobby. I have nothing against him. He probably had his sound too high up. Only thing I can say is turn it down, but...
Yeah, I guess I just kind of locked up.
Yeah.
My thinking was, we stay right here, and you nail it when it comes over the ridge. So I don't move, so I don't fuck up your aim.
No, the thing has a stabilizer. That would not have been the issue, but... Just don't call contacts out when you say they're on top of a hill, and I spend the next 5 minutes trying to look for them when I get ordered to... I don't know, someone in Alpha, it wasn't Iopus, I know that. They said that there were contacts on top of the hill that were skylining. I searched the hill for 2 minutes trying to look for them. There was nothing but air. So, if you're gonna call a contact out, please, for the love of fuck, confirm where it is, because I asked on 60 and nobody said anything. And then Iopus popped a flare in the middle of the field. And it turns out they were in a building the entire time. So, shrug. That's all I got.
Right. Bravo's BMP. We did fine. Most of the op. I know we kept a little bit of a distance from Bravo at the beginning, but that's because we were just supporting the general operation. Bravo was going to go support someone. We held the line to make sure nothing rushed down the road. That was fine. Where we died in that town, my intent with the gun was just keep it on the far side of the town and suppress anything that popped up. Of course, that's the opposite direction of where the Bradleys came in. Driver goes ahead and shoots, just shouted Bradley to the hill, got me a bearing. The Bradley, I think it shot at us and missed. I'm not sure. If someone with an AT stick helped us out, we would have died there. I had tunnel vision and didn't realize that another one had popped up, and my driver only saw it after it shot the first tow missile. So by the time I started swinging the gun, we were already dead. The one thing I'll say is that is it intentional for crew members to permadie? So if they go down, they're down forever.
Yes.
Okay.
I have to every time you lose a crew slot, I have to rebuy it with RPs.
No, I mean I ejected from a BMP once it was completely fucked, and then fell over and got up twice, but instantly went down again.
So how Ace handles you getting in and out of Vix is if the round specifically hits where you would have been in the Vic, like Yanni's case with the T-72, you'll get knocked on con and bleed out and die. Otherwise, if you didn't get hit, you'll be able to get out and try to run, but the cook-off will probably knock you out.
Yeah, so that's probably what happened because I got out of the burning wreck, started booking it, went down, and then got carried and died 2 minutes
Yeah,
later.
if you're not immediately unconscious after your vehicle gets hit and gets destroyed, stay inside of it, bandage
Heal
yourself, and
yourself,
just wait for the cook-off to end. I know it's
cheesy,
stupid.
but that's how it is right now. So
yeah,
gotcha.
Like,
all right.
You can have the AP round pass between driver and commander, and they'll be fine, but the gunner would get absolutely shreked on.
Yeah, so stress when we pulled you out of that Vic, you were red on 5 of your 6 limbs.
And you couldn't save me, Jesus. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Which means he probably took the Bradley's tow missile directly. So
yeah. We applied a tourniquet to your leg and then you died out.
Yeah. Oh well. Command Vic?
No, that's T-72 now.
Yeah.
So, the started up, like everything else, it went just fine. We took a rearwards position trying to support everything, and that worked out. Then we decided to follow Alpha's BMP because we thought the infantry was gonna attack from where the BMP went to. There was a little miscomm there. So I decided to stick with Alpha's BMP and go a little bit off to its right and cover the same area roughly as they did, as to like try and support them, because I thought they were going down that hill, so I thought we were overwatching Alpha at that point. And as to that, my thinking was I shouldn't be worried about looking over the MSR because Alpha should be able to call out things from there. Had I known that Alpha was somewhere completely else, yeah, I would have overlooked the MSR, but that's on me and that's on a error that I didn't know about. But yeah, as soon as I heard something about a tank, the 2 seconds of that call out being a bit garbled, the fact that I had to ask again, and when I heard finally what he said, that there was a tank to my right, as soon as I turned the turret, I saw the lights, and just as I was about to I didn't even actually have time to click on aim, it shot me out of the turret, so... yeah, I know, but I didn't have time to look at the map at that point. I was just following Alpha's BMP. I know I probably should have, but yeah, that's, like I said, that's on me. But yeah, had I been looking over the MSR, that would have probably gone a little bit different, although apparently the enemy has superior NVG equipment, so you never know. But yeah.
No, they really don't.
I heard
The
someone
enemy
say
has
something about
VCOM.
that. Yeah, that also. Yeah, but yeah, that's a oopsie on me. I was bandaged and CPR'd inside a tank, but yeah, that was still not apparently enough to keep me alive. So I died, and that's how we made a little misplay there on thinking Alpha was heading off from the BMP. Is what basically caused. But at least the T-72 survived, and my drunk Finnish driver survived, so that's always fun.
And repaired the tract and drove the fucking thing back to FOB.
Yes. Good job, drunk Finnish driver. That's all for Finhammer.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Air? Question mark?
Air didn't exactly do too much, at least on my
Yeah,
end.
I would say I think they used one helicopter on us, a lot less air than last week.
We got called in once, hit one thing barely, and yeah.
I mean, you disabled the M60, you saved the player base there, so.
I couldn't see shit. I saw it the first time I flew over, came back the second time, there was nothing there, no signatures. It was like, oh, yay. So I just sort of freeboarded on the third pass and managed to hit it apparently. So yeah, that's all Air's got, unless someone else wants to add it.
There's things we can learn from this.
So real quick, I just want to talk about the AI with VCOM, because again, I was flaring your position so the AI would know where to target. Even with VCOM, the only reason AI will target you is if you are next to an illumination source or you fire your gun. And that's how it works with vanilla AI too. The thing that is janky though is if you fire your gun and then try to displace while you're displacing, even though it's a bit dark, the AI will still shoot around your position, even at you, and that's why I have the accuracy coefficient dragged down to like 35%, where the default is generally 45 to 50%, to try to give some more leeway in that. But you know, it is kind of messed up how the AI do detect you after a muzzle flash, and then they can all hone in on your position, even if not all of them were looking at you. So that's the real issue with nighttime warfare that I do my best with the coefficients to try to fix, but that's what you're fighting. So it's something to consider, as well as smoke grenades work at night too to defeat that. Just food for thought.
Mm-hmm.
But I did notice a lot of today was no one was really flanking. There were a few places here and there, but especially the last ambush just before that last fob, everyone just kind of sat on the same battle line and kept pushing, especially with the tank. No one thought to run far left or far right with AT and try to get around it. And it was ironic because the last squad that was in the town next to the fob that you were fighting, they actually ran an AT guy from our direction. It would have been straight south, and he actually ran into a squad of you and you mowed him down. But you know, even the AI will do stuff like that, so you know, just something to consider. Otherwise, open floor.
It felt like
Bradley's too many.
It felt like this night op was not handled greatly. I think we should have used a lot more flares.
We have NVGs. Flares give our positions away.
Yeah, but once we're detected, then it's about leveling the playing field.
Yeah.
After the point of we're in contact, saying don't use flares is detrimental to us and them, or not even them, because again, VCOM is a bit janky. But
furthermore, I would say, Bad Wolf, there were some issues with, you know, vehicles taking a little while to spot contacts that an infantry squad would spot. Nothing's going to make it easier than putting a flare right on top of the enemy position, because that's not illuminating you, that's illuminating them. So
it's just, it seems like every time I saw a flare, it was over us. So
see,
when they were used,
that's
even Well, even when they were used by
So-
us, because I know they were used by us in a few occasions, they were over our positions.
Admittedly, yes, there
about-
were a few times where people fired flares over their own positions because they don't know how to use flares properly. Well, we don't do that many night ops, so it's, you know, just a lot of new people that don't know what they're doing. We'll train that in time. But there were also instances where players put flares and coordinated with armor assets, where I heard on 50 here and there, where they put them on enemy positions and an armor would schwack it, or a GMG would schwack it. So it does work.
Which
It's
is
just
how you should use them.
exactly. But again,
I'm not saying you shouldn't use them. I'm
Mhm.
saying every time I saw them, even when they were friendlies, they were over us.
I know, and there, again, there were some instances of that, so we just have to slowly train these guys to not do that. Because again, common sense is seldom common, so just gotta.
Bad Wolf, do you remember? Bad Wolf, do you remember Sniper Wolf's PMC ops?
Yeah.
Then you should remember how, you know, that really taught us how all to use flares, basically. So the more experienced people should be using the flares, then I guess you could say.
We'll tease it out in time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna go up to the T3 thing. Any last second things from me? All right.
Maybe try lowering your accuracy a bit more. Most Zeuses I know don't run 35. We run, I think the highest I've ever seen from any other Zeus is like 25.
From what I've tested on 25, the AI cannot hit anything well past 150, 200 meters in my ops, and it also affects their spotting coefficient.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just been with
I know,
me.
it feels like a little accurate
Like,
sometimes.
Because I hope it's like even in the Friday op, in the beginning, I had the AI coefficient for accuracy put down to 25% because I tested again, and they couldn't hit anything from what I saw. Only when groups were spaced together, they would finally land a shot or two, but it's just a matter of VCOM with the coefficients themselves, so every Zeus has their own bounce. I've always run 35% for about 3 years now, and I just don't see a reason to change it. I'll try it when we do another night op. I'll try knocking it down again, but if I see that they can't hit something when they should very well be able to hit something, I'm just going to put it back to 35.
Okay.
Sounds like we need more testing ops.